Yama-Con 2023. You might notice that my set is a lot more plain than usual. We're gonna have a lot of stuff going on, and some of it's larger sized. And while this desk is pretty large, it cuts off about here on camera, you know, and it doesn't work for some larger things. So got rid of the stuff so we don't have a mess. But me and my girlfriend went to Yama-Con. We actually just got back from the second day today. There's one day left, and we're considering going for just a little bit. We're not sure if we're going to go or not. If we are, there'll be a thing tacked on at the end of the video. But this is going to be a little bit different than previous year. I didn't like film stuff at the con this year. I had a lot of stuff going on and just didn't have the extra energy to do it, but we're just going to get started. This is actually one of my favorite shops that goes to this convention. We've actually got a number of things from them that we're going to go throughout the video. If you're new to this channel, I primarily do Pokemon stuff. So you're going to see a lot of that, but also a lot of just other things. And we're going to be going pretty randomly. So these were $8. I believe it's 100 cards with some like guaranteed stuff. They don't say how many are guaranteed though. All I know is that in previous years, we've gotten decent stuff from this company. So I kind of split the stack in half and we can start going through. We got a little bit of older stuff in here. Nothing super crazy. I'll do something kind of lighten up there at the back. Vulpix, Fletchling, Raichu, Magcargo. We have a Celebrations card, not really worth anything as a holo. Reverse Aeolin Grimer, Reverse Spiritomb. These are actually newer. Well, this one is from Scarlet and Violet base set. We have the Fairy Charm Reverse, which just looks nice. I just hate Sword and Shield reverses. It's kind of just a thing. Nothing really, like, old or standing out here. We have another reverse. At least they pepper in some of the reverses, even though value-wise it's not anything crazy. Yeah, I figured I'd just start off with Pokemon because that is the main theme of this channel, but there's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen here. We have Grubbin, Spinarak, Vanillish, Quilava, Latias Spirit Link. That's 2015. I'd say a lot of the older ones we're getting are just back to 2015. We have the Go set, not really any value there. Battle Styles Reverse. Gothita, Croagunk both as reverse. So they're definitely pretty liberal with the reverses in here. We have a Cosmoem, a Ho-Oh, Kyogre, and what looks like the only like good card in this one is this Semi-Seer V. It is in a Sword and Shield ETB sleeve, and it's just the Semi-Seer V. It's nothing wacky. If I had to guess, it's probably around 50 cents, and of course the price will be on screen. So for $8, was this one worth it? Yeah, probably not. Alright, screw it. We're gonna get the most exciting thing out of the way, or at least exciting to me. So last year, when we went, I brought my copy of Fire Emblem 3 Houses with me. This is like the Seasons of Warfare edition, and apparently it's pretty dang rare. When I brought it last year, we got 4 voice actors to sign it, and actually the voice actress for Annette had said that she's never actually seen one of these in person, so that should give you an idea as to these things, they have some value. Well, this time, I only got one thing signed this year, because I don't like doing the lines, and I'm not that big on the signature stuff anyways. But we have Baelith, the main character's voice actor now. Up there is Annette, we have Setith, God, I don't remember who he voiced. Then we also have Johnny Young Bosch, who just did additional voices. He's the guy who grunted a lot. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I feel like I can consider this just complete now. We have a bunch, and actually he said the same thing, that he's never actually seen one of these in person. He said that he just has like a standard copy. So this thing already has, it's worth a decent amount by itself. Of course, it's not just this. It comes in a massive box. It has like an art book and all that stuff in it. But I'd say this upped the value a little bit when the day goes that, you know, I go to retire. Maybe if I need the money, I could sell it. Next random thing. This is also very cool. We have a dragon. Yeah, there was a shop there, and they sold all kinds of stuff. But they also did, and I guess, you know, being a black dragon probably isn't the best on camera, at least have a white background. They do a bunch of like 3D printing stuff. This whole thing is 3D printed, and you can tell they have like some of the, you know, like strands still hanging off from it. It'd probably be a really hard thing to actually clean. But they kind of like printed these joints into it, so the whole thing can kind of like bend around. It's kind of like those old wooden snakes, if you know what those are. Yeah, my girlfriend's a big Dragon Ball fan, and she's like, this is kind of Shenron-like, and I like it, so she got it. It was kind of pricey. I don't remember how much it was. They're pretty cool. Like, even like the legs and stuff can move. They had other things there. They had like spiders and ants and stuff. They had like turtles and like their heads could move, and it's a pretty neat thing. 3D printing is going pretty far. All right, now I want to be clear. We are not a Funko Pop household. We have a couple, like my girlfriend has in Dragon Ball. She has all the forms of Cell as like sealed Funko Pops. Aside from that, we really don't have many. There is the thing that we occasionally pick up if they're like a good price, but they're not something we really care that much about. Long story short, I got these. So, Soldier 76 from Overwatch. We also have one of my mains here, Lucio from Overwatch. Sadly, they didn't have Zenyatta, who was like the main guy I play. And then we actually have from Fallout, the T60 Power Armor. The reason I got these little baby Funkos is they were actually on clearance. That price is not what I paid. I think it's about half of that, give or take. I think a bit... Wow, that sounded like fireworks. That makes... Why would there be fireworks going off right now? It is December 9th. Anyways, they were just trying to get rid of these things, and so I think it was less than half of that I actually paid for each of them. Yeah. The main reason I did it is, you had to buy so many in order to get them for stupid cheap. Because again, they're just trying to get rid of them, and I got some of them as a gift for somebody, and so I needed to get 3 more, and so I got these. I'm not going to be showing things that we got as gifts, by the way. There's more fireworks going off. What is happening right now? It's not even that late. I guess it is kind of dark. Good God, they are getting louder. This is like the only time I have to film this in order to get the video out on time. Stop launching fireworks on December 9th. Okay, they got quiet. Anyways, I don't want to like show things that I bought as gifts on here. I feel like it kind of cheapens it by like using it to give to somebody and using it as content. But anyways, we have Jotun Valhalla Edition. Now, I have a handful of these. And when I saw this, like, I need to pick this up. I looked it up, and I think it goes for about $15 online. It was somewhere around there, so I didn't really get a crazy deal, but this is sealed. These are from IndieBox, a company that I don't know if they're really doing stuff anymore. God, that is so loud. Like, it's literally shaking the floor of my house. What is happening? Like, are we under attack right now? Anyways, I have a handful of these. I think they're really neat as, like, a game collector. This one is sealed, but I am unsealing it, as this is a game that I don't actually own through Steam, so now I can actually play the thing. Believe it or not, I don't just buy things to collect. When I buy games, I generally like to play them, although there is an example in here where that's not true in today's video. So it has this, like, Game Trust collection sleeve on it, because then you have the whole steel case here. But it tends to come with some goodies, so you have the installed disc right there, and then the official soundtrack. IndieBox little thing here. Oh, I actually have that. They're showing the Moonhunters one. I bought that back when IndieBox was still, like, really young, many, many years ago. That right there was very interesting. Some of these are come in larger boxes, like that Moonhunters there. And this right here is a shrine from the game. But the top half of the shrine comes out, and there's a USB in there. They used to give these games on USB sticks, as well as a Steam code. So you could just give the game to whoever you want. They just copy the files. It's pretty neat. Yeah, so I'm going to actually use that code. I do apologize. But it comes with a Steam code. Then what looks like a just kind of traditional manual, which is a thing you don't really get with games anymore. I'm big on physical media, and I hate that it's dying a slow death. So, I don't know, like, being able to get some PC games physically is just kind of neat to me. Alright, it's been a bit since we did some Pokemon. Here we go. I bought some of these things last year, and now we have some from Scarlet and Violet. These are very Japanese little Bandai boxes here. You can see there's a bunch of different ones that they produce. They're not super special. These were, I think, about $5. This is all that's inside. Oh yeah, and there's gum, because Bandai and Remint do the gum thing. If you don't know, in Japan, if you want your toys to be in the candy aisle, which is an important thing, then you just put a piece of gum in it and bam, they can throw this in the candy aisle, because a lot of parents aren't going to want to take their kids to the toy aisle. And then, because it's in the candy aisle, and they're probably going to have to go past it at one point, the kids can still annoy them and convince them to buy crap. But we have our little Pommy. I know there was some hate for this guy. People, tend to do that anytime you get a new, like, main electric rodent Pokemon. I loved it. I think it is adorable. It is probably one of my favorite of them, alongside Pachirisu. And it's meant to, like, put your finger in it. But it honestly just makes a pretty nice little, like, thing to put on a shelf or in the background. Then we have the Grafii. This one might look a little funky. Some of these look really funky because they have to convert them to like things that you'll put on your finger. They had the Armor Rogue in, oh God, how do you pronounce its name? Surulege? I don't know. And they looked real goofy. Now you can see they kind of gave them like a fat bottom just because they have to in order to put finger in there. But aside from its kind of fat bottom half, it's pretty neat. This is another one of my favorites of the new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, so it's neat to have. Alright, now we get to something kind of interesting. So this is actually their like business card, the Evergreen Burrow, handcrafted geekery. They do stuff. Long story short, they make a handful of things, and they actually make dice. And I have been playing D&D with a group of friends. We do it every other week. And I just thought this was great. They actually had a whole set of these. I only got this one, though. You just have a little rubber duck suspended in a die. And all of these are, like, handmade by them. It's pretty neat. But I did get a set. Now, they called these Rolling Richards, and I want you to keep that in mind when I show you what these contain. I think, honestly, the 6-sided die is probably just the easiest way to show you. Get it kind of close there. Yeah, so these are the Rolling Richard dice. And it is a complete set that you would need to do the D&D. Where's like the D20 right here? Yeah, it's a really funny thing, and I'm kind of excited for our next D&D night, just so I can pull these things out. But yeah, they make some not just jokey stuff. They make some actually really cool looking dice and stuff too, if you're interested. I like to shout out like my favorite people at these cons. Alright, this is one of the things I don't know exactly how it's gonna fit in camera, but oh yeah, like not at all. My girlfriend got a giant Majin Buu plush. If you can't tell, she's a big fan of the Dragon Ball. This thing is massive. There's a lot of hair on his face already. Just big Boo. Here, maybe I can like lay him like that. Yeah, there he is, like big boy. She had this thing like zipped up in her jacket for a long time when we first got it. You know, as a little antenna thing. Yeah, it's decent quality. It's just the big plush. I'm not a huge plush person. It is what it is. Moving on back to card stuff, I hope, but not actually Pokemon. Now, this is a really interesting little story here. You notice this thing doesn't have anything written on it. This came from a shop that does a bunch of like cards and other stuff. A lot of them are like older, more vintage stuff. It was actually through their booth a couple years ago that I discovered that Fire Emblem had a TCG in Japan. I say had because it ended like a year or two ago, which really sucks. They actually had some packs there. They were $20 a pack, and I'm good. But I don't know why the lady ripped it off. Probably because this bag is in horrible condition. It was on clearance. It was normally, I think, $25, and I paid $15 for it. But it said Duel Masters, and it was the only Duel Masters thing there. Duel Masters is pretty expensive, especially if there are actual like packs or anything in here to get your hands on. And so I figured for $15, I know it's a mystery box. It gives them all availability to screw me over. But, I mean, it could be worthwhile. And, oh, what? Okay, not what I was expecting, but I probably should have thought of that. They do have a lot of vintage stuff there, but they also have a lot of Japanese stuff there. And I'm slightly upset because I didn't think it through. Yes, these are Duel Masters cards, but these are modern ones. So the Duel Masters ended in the US a very long time ago. It was my favorite card game as a kid. Yeah, it's still going in Japan. So cool. There's just another pack. I think that's all that's in here. There's another pack. And another pack. Wow, what a great mystery bag. 100% the lady that owns that booth just wasn't able to move these. And she's like, oh, I'll put them in a bag and sell them for $25. And then still couldn't move it. So she had to mark it down even lower. Alright, I'll open it. I'm not interested, honestly. I guess it is kind of interesting to see where Digimon is now. Yeah, 2019. So we can see where it is in modern times. I knew these things felt weird. Okay, so it has one card inside. Interesting. And a whatever the hell this is. What? We have like an emblem into it. It's like the Duel Masters emblem. Is this the same thing? Did they throw candy in this for the sake of putting it in the candy aisle? So you're basically just buying one card? Nothing here really looks like an ingredients list necessarily. I'm not an expert. I don't Japan. But I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm just going to open it, peel that off, and yeah, that is just the gummy. That's just the thing of Dole Masters candy. I would tell you what flavor it was if it tasted like anything. I feel like I'm just eating straight gelatin. Like maybe a little bit of like orange or something in there, or I could just be imagining that because it's orange color. So basically I paid $15 to get 4 cards and some candy. I guess I'll probably leave one of these sealed just to leave it up to the imagination. This looks like it's a promo pack kind of deal, because it looks like you have, I don't know what the dash would mean, but commons, uncommons, and 2 rares. Alright, same color there. That is a U, so that's one of the 2 uncommons, and so is that. They do say promo on them, so I was correct. These are promos. Screw it, we'll open them all. It's fine. I'm not really a sealed collector. I'm not big on that crap. Although there is something today that I will be leaving sealed, but that'll be explained later on. What are you? P88Y7? Yeah, but what rarity is that? It does say promo. Maybe that is the rare or something? It looks really cool. I'm down for it. There's only one left, and my camera's about to run out of recording time. Wow, this is kind of crap, to be honest. Like, for $15, that's literally the clearance price. Maybe these things are going for a decent amount to import them into the US, I don't know. Another interesting one. Very cool artwork there, and of course, the exact same piece of candy. Okay, I mean, I have 4 Japanese modern Duel Masters cards to add to the collection now. Of course, these 2 stand out a lot to me. I really like this one here. Alright, next up is this piece of paper. No, this is a band, Kaza. They did like a concert there last night. It was pretty interesting. Never heard of the band before, but it wasn't bad. I tried to film part of it, which is something that I, again, wasn't really doing while I was there. Something about the lights they were using, though, on the stage while the rest of the room is stupid dark. My phone just wouldn't focus, but here's like a 3-second clip of me trying to get something to work. Okay, I know, it's Splinter Cell for the original Xbox. It was $8. Well, I'm not even a Splinter Cell fan. I tried to play it growing up. It was like, I don't understand this, so why did I buy Splinter Cell? Well, some of you, probably very few, might know why. The original Xbox can be soft-modded to allow you to run games off of the hard drive instead of off of discs. And Splinter Cell is one of the few games that you actually need to run the soft mod. And now I have it. Very good timing. I was going to pick this thing up anyways, and I was happy to find it at the con. I probably could have gotten it a bit cheaper, but the people who sold it are actually a local store, and they don't up their prices for the con, so realistically, that's probably the going rate online as well. So if you're wondering why I would want to soft mod an Xbox, well, I'm not that big into console modding. It's not a huge thing of mine. However, Xbox disk drives are dying. They're ancient, they don't make them anymore, and they're all just corroding. Even if you're not using your Xbox, they will start to die. And mine did. Without the disk drive, the console is useless. So, doing a soft mod is the easiest way to do it, but to do that, I would need a working drive. This right here did not come from the con. It's a bit dirty, but this is the see-through green Xbox, but more than that, it is the Halo Special Edition Xbox. Long story short, I got this thing for free, which is wild. It was from my girlfriend's mother. She actually didn't even know this was like an official thing. She thought it was like some bootleg, but she gave it to me as a gift. $400 console, still has the peel around the buttons, and the disk drive still works. So I can soft mod this before the disk drive dies, then I can take the disk drive out of here, put it in my other Xbox, soft mod it as well. And then I can take all of my physical media and back it up and store it on the hard drives in these things so I can run the games natively as if they were on the original console. It needs a bit of cleaning, but it's really cool. Alright, I told you that we're not Funko Pop people. But from the same shop, they were also trying to just get rid of these, so they were stupid cheap. My girlfriend picked up some Dragon Ball ones, just to add on to her Dragon Ball Funko collection. I suppose if we're gonna Funko anything, we already have some for Dragon Ball, so why not continue it? We have Kami right here. But then we have some interesting ones, two more. We have Master Roshi, which is from the Specialty series. And look at that text. Why do you think that's readable? You put white text on light blue, but it does say limited edition exclusive. It's just Master Roshi doing the Kamehameha. Neat. But my favorite one is Super Hercule. Just the Super Saiyan Hercule. It's another one of the Specialty series and glows in the dark. These pop figures are just, they do so much crap. Like the Specialty series, limited edition, exclusives, like, it's just crap for resellers. It drives me insane. When we were waiting in line to get that signature, there was actually two dudes that were coming up with like a box with like a good 8 or 9 pop figures in them. I guarantee you that they're just getting them signed so they can sell them. It's just a dumb thing. I don't understand it. I get you can make some money off of it, but aside from that, it's just kind of cringy. I promise that's the end of the Funko crap. Alright, I'd say it's been long enough. I told you about a second one of these. We also got a much larger one, because like I said, last time I really liked this store, and so I figured we would end the video off with the large one, but that is still a bit away. So, let's get this thing open. Come on. Wow, it is just not. There we go. Maybe we'll get something better in here. Again, these are only $8, so I don't expect a whole lot, but I know it did pretty well last time with some of their stuff. So off the bat, we have a reverse, another reverse, another. Okay, we're getting a lot of reverses at the start of this one. Again, they're just reverses. Who really cares that much? But when you're buying a mystery pack, it's not bad. Well, I see some holos in here, finally. Altaria, Lycanroc, Zoroark, Raichu. Back to more just common bulk crap that, you know, no one really cares that much about. Next part of the stack, more just bulk. I think they put all of that, like, you know, veteran stuff at the front of this box there at the top. Yup. And then whatever's on the back is in a black sleeve. But we have our last little section here. Okay, I kind of revealed what it is back there. Let's see. And yeah, just the Galarian Moltres V. From Silver Tempest, I want to say what that set symbol is. Either way, I have like a handful of these. I didn't need another, but now I have one. Okay, so not a super great outing from them this time around. I also picked up this. This is going to be saved for a video. It'll probably be a video by itself, but it might be one that I throw another product in there with it. But I just was able to finally find one of these things. I don't know how much I paid for it. It's not like it's hard to find. I just have, you know, I haven't really been scouting out for it. But it is a unique product, so I figured it deserves its own video. Because it actually comes with 2 mini decks instead of complete decks, 2 playmats, a booklet, a coin, damage counters, and 6 prize tokens. And you get a deck theme after Pikachu and one after Bulbasaur. This is clearly like a child's product to kind of first introduce you how to play the game, and probably a more easier way. I'm guessing a lot of the more complicated rules and stuff do not show up in this. I'd say it's probably mostly made as just the cheaper way to get people into Pokemon, aside from buying the... God, what are they called? They sell like that board game version of it. That's really good for learning the game. Yeah, play level 1. It's meant to be a simple pick up and learn. There'll be a video on that eventually. It's probably going to be a while down the pipeline. So, also from Dark Moon Collectibles, I think that's what it's called, right? We have this thing. Very Japanese, Takara Tommy. But we have the terastallized Pikachu here as the Flying Pikachu. Pretty interesting. I don't remember how much we paid for it. I'm gonna throw out probably around 10 or so. Can't go to, you know, if you're the kind of person like me that only goes like one convention because you don't like going to a bunch and it's not entirely your thing, you just go broke when you go. That's kind of just how it works, at least for me. It's not like I don't plan for it throughout the year. I'm financially stable, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm doing okay. Let's just cut this tape off. Interesting packaging going on here. And yeah, there it is. It's supposed to be like, you know, kind of see-through, kind of clear. I guess kind of represent the new terastallization thing. Yeah, it's not bad looking. These are actually pretty dense up here, I'll say that. Does it come with any kind of stand? Because there's no way this thing can stand by itself. Cool, a thing. Yeah, there's no kind of stand in here. What the hell? So, like, what are you supposed to... I guess you're supposed to hang him because he, like, flies. Like, tie a string around and hang him from your ceiling. I don't know, that's kind of crappy. But aside from that, the model looks really nice, so... I guess there is an upside? Okay, I'm just stupid. It had a stand. It was, like, buried underneath all of the tape, but there was a tiny little stand in there. Oh, that's like a disc kind of deal. I like that. It still kind of fits the theme. And that's a good thing. That means that they're not entirely bad, because we bought two. It was actually the only two that they had there. This is the terrestrialized Dark Charizard, which of course is a really popular thing. People are going wacky for this thing because it's Charizard and it's a dark type again, which is a thing that happened before, I think, at one point. Maybe it was a Delta species? I don't know. Why did they tape it like that? Okay, I actually don't see a stand for this one, which makes sense because it probably doesn't need one. It's a bit smaller than I thought it would be, you know, compared to our Pikachu back there. Like, they're about the same size, but, you know, he's kind of a skinnier, a bit more fragile going on. Kind of stained glass look. I'm a big fan of that. Of course, it's, you know, like, transparent. I gotta put my knife behind it. You can still see the knife. I think all of it, you know, is kind of that same material, except from the wings. Like, you can still see, like, me stabbing his neck. And his belly there, I suppose. So, where it's, like, thickly painted, I think, is the best way to put it. So, yeah, the main mold is just, like, orange. But, yeah, not bad looking. Of course, this is just another terrestrialized little figure. And these are the first terrestrialized figures I've seen. I think they might have done one in a card product at one point, maybe. But they're kind of neat. Alright, next up is something entirely different. Also, from the people who made the dice, we have the Evergreen Burrow handcrafted geekery. This is a thing my girlfriend bought for herself. She actually makes these as well. Oh god, what's the word? Cross-stitch, I want to say? She actually makes these. She's made at least one that we gave as a gift to a family member. I think I've seized the wrong day. I'm a big fan of this. That's why she picked it up too. It's like, yeah, I could try and make it myself, but, you know, it's just kind of cool as is. And they also use like a kind of felt thing on the back of it, which is nice. You know, you don't just have like a divot in the back, although it's not like super high quality felt or anything, but it's fine. It's still a good like attention to detail thing at least. I guess if you were really concerned about that kind of thing, you could, you know, they could do like a cardboard layer, like a plastic layer, and then put this on. It doesn't bother me. It's going to be against the wall. Who cares? Back to the 3D printing people. We have another thing. This one was $15. In my opinion, for a pretty basic 3D print, I don't know if it was worth it. It has a little bit of paint. You know, you have the eyes. If that is paint, that could be a different filament, but it'd be a lot easier if they just painted it. That's probably what they did. It's a neat pattern. You know, I still like the way that some 3D printed things look, and so it kind of adds like an interesting like shine to it, if you get what I'm saying. But it's kind of a basic local fable here. It's not like crazy special, but yeah, it's fine. Maybe they could have put some felt on the bottom of that. Alright, so this was a very expensive purchase. I actually did some research into them. Yes, them. There's two. I'm going to be showing you one at first. And it kind of made an interesting revelation. This was $60. But it is the Final Fantasy VII original soundtrack. Now, I started a little bit of research into it after I already gave them my money. You can see that this is made by Squaresoft, specifically produced by DigiCube. Keep that in mind. This thing also says down here is a copyright for 1997. Doing some research, DigiCube went defunct in, I think, 2003. So they weren't around for very long. They started in 96, I remember that much. I want to say it's like 2003, 2004 that they went defunct. So we know it's from 1997, and then I found like on the Wikipedia page for it, yes, that is when this thing was made. This thing is like, it's like 270 hours, I think, is the entirety of the soundtrack. So you can see there are 4 discs inside, and then there's actually a little booklet thing. My little thought process is, okay, this thing has clearly been, I want to get these stickers off, by the way, that's like a thing we're doing. This thing has clearly been resealed, right? This is just like their sealing thing, just to kind of make it, you know, more presentable, to kind of protect it. Because you can tell, like, you know, you have, like, you know, almost the wing thing going on, or just, like, that press-on adhesive. And when I first looked up, like, oh, we did not get a good deal. You can buy this thing on eBay right now for, I think it was like 25 or 30 bucks if you get it, you know, pre-owned, not in a new condition. But in a new condition, I found it on eBay for $55. So a brand new, still sealed. And so that's closer to what I paid. And I was like, you know, that sucks. I could have got this thing sealed. I did. This isn't like the seller resealed it. This is the original seal from looking at all the other eBay listings. So there's no way these people all bought it from sellers that would use this exact same thing to put like a new wrap over it. Like, this is the original seal based on all of the eBay listings that I could find that said it was still new and sealed. So, did I overpay? Well, yeah, kind of by $5, although you'd still have taxes and all that, and that's the upside to paying in cash. But, yeah, we have the original Final Fantasy VII soundtrack from way back in the day. I'll finish earning the sticker in my free time. Kind of crappy that they did that to something like this, but it's cool. And while I bought that, my girlfriend bought the one for Final Fantasy VIII. So this is the same deal. I didn't look into what this thing goes for on eBay. If I had to guess, it's around the same price. This was actually released in 1999. I don't think the artwork's as cool. You kind of just have like a collage of events from the game on it. At least they are different between the front and the back, so that's a nice improvement. This is just nicer. It takes up the full box as opposed to just part of it. And, like, the back of it, again, just straight up artwork. I don't know. I think 7 is a bit overrated, although it is still a really fantastic game. I'm a big Final Fantasy, like, nerd. But, yeah, I just think this one got the better treatment here. I didn't look at the, like, track length on this, but it is also 4 discs, and very long, I can assume. But I'm happy to have those. I'm leaving them sealed because I am a nerd. Alright, so now it's time to break a rule that I'd already pre-established. I said that I would not be showing things I purchased as gifts, but this one's a bit of an exception. Because I think it's really cool, and I want to shout out the people that make these if you guys are interested in picking up something similar. Esclair Studios, handmade geek gifts, fandom heroes decor. You can see there's like clocks going on here. That's like Majora's Mask. I'm guessing some boy band. Then you have Pokemon Evolutions there, and they do like this like 3D-esque like hanging displays, kind of like posters, I suppose, the best way to kind of compare it. But just to give you an example as to what some of their stuff looks like, I honestly don't think this is the thing I would have bought if I was buying it for myself. I'm not even that big of a Zelda person, but they had a really cool Zelda one there, and they also had a really cool Kingdom Hearts one there. But this, again, was a gift for somebody who plays a lot of Animal Crossing. So, I'm holding it sideways. We have an Animal Crossing clock. It's kind of cool. It's not, like, super crazy, but it is definitely really well made. They have their, like thing on the side, like, watermark on it. Then, like, yeah, you have, like, the villager there. You have the butterflies that he's trying to catch on that hand. Nothing on, like, the little second hand. Of course, it needs a battery. That's why it's not currently moving. Yeah, so they're definitely just buying these from this clock company and then kind of making their own thing out of it, which is probably what they're made for to begin with. But some of them are wild. I just, this was a gift for somebody, so there it is. Not something I would have personally gone for, but my girlfriend is a fan of Deadpool. I don't know if she's into it as much as she used to be. But another grab box. Most of the time whenever I buy these grab boxes, it's because I bought one and it wasn't very expensive and it actually had some crazy stuff inside. And then I might go back and buy another one or two. But for the most part, I buy them because I think it's interesting for the video. And I wouldn't have gotten this one myself, but she was curious, so she got it. It was only 20 bucks. I'm gonna set it on the floor so it's easier. And yeah, she did already open it, but I also lied to you. We weren't done with Funko. Of course there would be a Funko Pop inside. It's actually kind of beat up. It has like stains on the thing here. Like the cardboard's gotten really flimsy from just not being stored super well, but we have a Venom Pop figure. I don't know. It's Marvel and Pop, just like the most just like generic crap that you could be interested in. But you buy a Deadpool box, of course it's gonna have a Funko Pop in it. It has to. It's fucking Marvel. Anyways, it came with Pez. Just Pez. Now you're probably thinking, oh, maybe there's like a Deadpool Pez dispenser in here. No, it's just Pez. Why? It came with some button pins of Deadpool, and my common sense is tingling. Oh, boo! I'm so quirky. Wanted and the Deadpool. I like Deadpool, don't get me wrong, but this crap is just cringy. Then I guess because Deadpool had like a unicorn thing, they thought this would fit too. Again, I don't think it actually has anything to do with Deadpool, but okay, we have a fridge magnet. If you can tell, this thing kind of sucked. But then we did already open it, because again, it was a thing that she purchased. That came with this, which is actually interesting. So Dice Masters does a card game. It's like a crossover thing with other franchises. In this case, it came with 2 dice that you need to play said game. Kind of neat. It's kind of like just trying to get different die. A thing kind of like a really crappy like description of the game, sort of. And a whole 2 cards. We have Electra, Greek Tragedy, and we have Agent X, trained by Trickmaster. But then that's like the back of them. I'm kind of interested in it because I am interested in more like niche card games and stuff, so maybe I'll do a deeper dive into it one day, see what other like franchises and stuff are a part of it. But because we purchased that and another thing from that booth that was a gift thing, you could get like some pins for free, and so we did. Not really like super crazy. Thing from Junji Ito. I'm a decent fan of that stuff. Then there's another Junji Ito one. I actually don't know what this one is from. I've only really read like Uzumaki and then a bunch of his like one-offs. Then we have Full Metal Alchemist, which is pretty cool. You have One Punch Man, which I'm not honestly big on. Inuyasha, and another Full Metal Alchemist. Alright, we are getting lower, and we are actually kind of coming to the end of the video. Let's do this. Yeah, again, not something I would buy for myself if I didn't have a YouTube channel. A lot of the time, I don't really know why I do it. I guess you guys might find it interesting. Let me know if you do. But a lot of the times whenever I do, like, these mystery boxes, it's kind of to do it to... Not only because can it make an interesting video, yes, but it's also to answer the question if it's worth it for you guys. Should you buy this mystery card pack thing, like a repacked product? This doesn't really... Wow, they just used a random piece of paper, didn't they? It's like somebody's invoice for something. They could have at least just, like, used, like... I guess they're recycling, I suppose. Anyways, it's not like you guys can just go and buy this, right? It's like from this like special this convention from the specific seller, and I don't know, but let's just see if we got anything interesting. Oh, there are code cards. There's a chance it's already used, but you can use that. That's interesting. We have Glycor energies. Never like to see those when you're buying bulk. Hold on. This is looking like... Look at that. Look at that. Uncommon, 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 then a code card, right? So now we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 uncommons, then a reverse. Well, 5 commons, then the rare, then the energy. They didn't even try. They didn't even try to hide the fact that all they did was open a bunch of packs and just pull out the good stuff, then throw everything back in, including the random, the one reverse that you get, the one code card that you get, and the one energy that you get. That is atrocious. They could have at least removed the energies and then like shuffled them around so you're not just getting all 5 of your commons in a row and stuff like that. Like, just at least make it seem like, they at least lie to you, to give you the illusion that they're not just screwing you over. But no, this is just, hey, we opened some packs, we didn't like do any effort to make it interesting for you, and here's all of the crap that we didn't want / couldn't sell, which I assume is the more correct answer. This booth wasn't the best. They had a lot of things that were like pretty way overpriced, and I honestly just... More fireworks. Oh my god. I just didn't care for this booth, but I figured for $10, and this is $2 more than the other things we bought, better at least get a V in here. I figured it'd at least be interesting, but no, wow, two in a row. Oh, there's energy between them. Sorry, there's an energy. At least the viewers, for those of you who watch my videos and do take the code cards, at least you're getting some code cards out of this, I suppose. So there is an upside. Like, you even see, like, this is Paldea Evolved, and then Paldea Evolved cards. Like, no effort was done at all. We are coming to the end of this thing, and, like, nothing interesting. You are just straight up buying bulk, which they didn't make any promises that you were getting anything other than bulk. Wow, padding it with energy at the end. That is just so greedy. Like, they didn't say you were getting anything other than bulk. That's not what I'm upset about. It's just such a crappy way to do this thing. This isn't super interesting. I paid $10 for it. I looked it up online. You can buy it for about $10 online. This is Doom Eternal, except it isn't. You might notice that nowhere on this does it say, and it is still sealed, what console it's for. Is it PC? Is it PlayStation? Is it Xbox? That's a weird sound I just made. Well, that's because I don't know the specifics of it, but it was like a pre-order bonus deal or like something you could like get for paying more money. I don't know. And it's kind of an interesting way to do it, because the idea is that you can buy your copy of Doom and you get this thing with it, with whatever it took to do that. And you would get the game in the original case, and then you can just transfer it over to here. What makes that interesting is that means that they only have to print one version of this, instead of rushing having overstock of just the Xbox or just the PlayStation. They could just, it doesn't matter what console it is, they can just throw this in there. And, you know, you still get the original case with it, but they're probably saving money by giving you both cases. I don't actually have a physical copy of Doom Eternal, but I thought it was at least interesting. Something I can throw in the collection. Maybe it'll gain value one day. We'll see. Probably something I shouldn't have gone for, but why not? Oh, I should mention that while we are coming to the end, there's a couple things. I bought like one like snack thing and a couple like Japanese drinks. I'm gonna do it like after the video, I suppose is the way to put it. Kind of at the end after the short little outro. If you're interested in that. Alright, so the next thing, for the same price as Splinter Cell, I also got the NES controller 3P as third party, because this was made for Radio Shack. But we have little suction cups there on the bottom, and a big old like flight stick thing here on the top. Yeah, this is made for the original NES. I just love getting more wacky controllers and stuff. I have so many just weird, like more obscure controllers and stuff in my collection. I don't know how obscure this one really is. But it's really clicky. Like, yeah, that's definitely picking up a microphone. So that's kind of just like when you're moving it around. And these are the same. They are super clicky. You also have start and select down here. They are not clicky at all. That is like super spongy. You also have auto fire if you... More fireworks. They are just so sporadic. Anyways, you can turn auto fire on or off. But yeah, original NES joystick for $8, not too bad. I don't know if I really have any games that would be good for, but I don't even have that many NES games, to be fair. Alright, yeah, we bought two more of these. I guess we'll do this in first. I had bought the other two that are there in the background. My girlfriend picked these ones up. More the Scarlet and Violet ones. This one is the Wiglet, if I can get him open. Yeah, pretty simple. I don't think Wiglet's a complicated Pokemon to really do much of anything with. But you can get your finger pretty far inside this one if you want to use it as a puppet. But yeah, cool. We have a Mr. Wiggles. And then we have the Cloth, or is that the evolved form? I'm just gonna call him Cloth. I assume that because I don't remember which is which. Either way, we have the new crab. The crab that is attempting its best to replace the Krabby. And wow, okay. That's some decent, like, texture going on him. I didn't really expect that. That's interesting. Smooth hands, though. Smooth claws. Yeah, there he is. Very flat little crab, just kind of there to scuttle around. But yeah, the finger thing's a bit exaggerated. I guess you could kind of like, oh, maybe my pinky's small enough. Okay, not even really my pinky. Crab. We have crab. Then we have the mask thing from Dragon Ball. From the original Dragon Ball, to be exact. Not even Dragon Ball Z. It's just Dragon Ball. You can see my lady friend paid $29 for it, but she actually noticed underneath that this was actually discounted. It was originally $60, so she got a decent deal. This is a heavy box, I will say that. Thank you, paid. Anyways, we're going to open this thing up. Thank you, paid. Thank you. God, if I can, like, do it somehow. Oh, I slightly cut the box. Oh, well, it do be what it is. Okay, I thought we were kind of in. Wow, this thing's kind of wacky. Okay, got all the peelies off, so let's open this up. Wow, that is just tough. Good God. Open those, and I guess we just try and get the mask to come on out. And wow, okay, that is pretty bold opening there. I guess I'll kind of be more easy with it. Wow, that is like not really something you would wear, as you can tell. There's no like holes or anything. Kind of a copyright thing there. This is like ceramic. This is like a heavy mask. This is 100% something you're supposed to just like hang up on your wall. Wow, that explains the heft. This is a pretty bulky mask here. That's neat. I guess you could, like, if you had a more slim face than I, you could hold it up, but again, it's kind of heavy for being this, like, ceramic material. But we're gonna throw it back in the cardboard. There's nothing else in the box. And we are finally at the end. The Dark Moon Card and Games Big Boy Box. Now, this thing was like $40. They guaranteed, like, so much value or something with it. I don't know. I just enjoyed their stuff last year, and I figured $40 box would be this interesting way to end the video off. So first off, oh, they actually stuck the Pokemon League thing in it. That's interesting. But this is just kind of like a, go to their website and get money off, I suppose. I haven't bought anything from their site. I don't know what that experience is like. I think I have one of these pins laying around somewhere. But yeah, these are one of the, like, Pokemon League badge pins. Definitely very old. It has yellowed greatly. But yeah, there's a Pokemon badge pin. Off the bat, okay, we have an Obsidian Flames packs. Any packs we get, we'll open at the end. What are you? Oh, it's like a bag of some kind. Okay. What is contained within? Oh, that's a Pikachu tattoo. Cool. Real excited. Oh my god. Yeah, we got one of these from them last year. The Blue Ridge National Championship Steck Box. I didn't really need another. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper, I assume. Yeah, these are just like custom, as you can see, deck boxes that were made for the Blue Ridge Regional Championship. I didn't need one of these, but now I have two. Let's see, we have a thing of sleeves from Hidden Fates, I want to say. What's in the back here? Oh, we actually did pick up a couple of these last year. We'll save that till after. And what looks like, yep, there is a second one. There's a big box in here. Okay, it's one of the, Dream Case, one of these, like, remint figures. We'll also do that here in a minute. Gotcha thing, we'll do that in a minute as well. We have, oh, okay, that's actually interesting. GX marker that is basically just repurposing a poker chip. It's like a sticker they put on it. And then you have the Blue Ridge Regional Championship thing on here. I don't know how Dark Moon came into possession of so much crap from this one tournament, but they did do. And yeah, this is literally just a poker chip they put stickers on. That's interesting. Like, it's straight up a poker chip. Like, listen to that sound. Oh, there's a second one. This one being, okay, it's a burned condition marker on this one, and same thing on the back. And we have a poison condition marker. These are really cool. Like, they are just like kind of, you know, jerry-rigged a little bit, but they're pretty cool. And that is everything inside the box. So I guess we'll start with this little gachapon thing. I hate when they tape them, because it can make it such a pain to remove. Like, the tape doesn't always, yeah, why is this a thing that gets done? Like, I kind of get it, you don't want it to come open, but just design a better shell if that's a common problem. Don't make me have to sit here, pick at tape. Alright, that wasn't super bad. Pop that thing open, and let's take a look at this first. The paper, it comes inside. Maybe it'll give us an idea as to what we could possibly get. Okay, they can hug your finger, or they can hug your pen, or your bottles of stuff. So we got a little huggy thing, I assume. Let's open up this little package in here. And that appears to, yes, that is a Gabite holding a little ring so we can hug stuff. Doesn't really work super well for my finger, but I'm sure you guys understand the premise. Alright, I guess next we'll open up these things. These were kinda interesting. Like I said, we picked up a couple last year, so if you're really interested in these, you can watch some on that, in that video. I think we did a decent amount, because we got some in these boxes, along with us actually buying some. They didn't have any for sale this time. So actually, ironically, we do already have this. They're basically just like postcard-sized little things here. We have a Haxorus, and we have Raihan and Duraludon. They all have like either this backing or this backing. But then, as I have mentioned before, they come with gum, so it can be in that thing. Yeah, it's kind of a wide piece of gum. But then, of course, there was a second one of these. Yeah, I don't know if these are just meant to be like art cards or whatever, but they are basically postcard sized. I think they're a bit smaller than a regular postcard. I'm not sure. I'm not a postcard guy, but we have a Dragonite, we have a shiny Metagross, a Mega Metagross at that, my bad. Okay, not too shabby. And we have Charizard and Leon. I forgot his name there for a minute. Then of course we have this thing. It's like a little Pokeball with a sleeping Pokemon inside. This one is either going to be Remint or Bandai. What are you? Where? Yeah, it's Remint. So that means that we can expect even more gum. And inside we have... Oh god, why can't I remember your name? Whimsicott, I believe. Okay, I believe. Well, this is pretty simple. You have your ball and a platform. And then you have, wow, this is heavy. That's what fell really hard. It feels like it'd be fragile too. I'm happy it didn't break. But it's kind of like a bed that goes inside. Then you take your Whimsicott out. You take your Whimsicott out. Well, that's like an interesting back to him because it has to like lay down. But there's a little figure, and it just kind of sits in there. There's nothing really to keep it all together, really. Although there don't really seem to be like any side that's really supposed to face. But yeah, we have a ball with a sleeping Whimsicott inside. But yeah, this can straight up just be like, you know, oh, there goes the bed thing and the platform and the Whimsicott. But I guess it kind of goes back to easy. You can just kind of shake it back in place, or just, you know, take that top off again. What's the issue with all these Remnant things is that they're all like very... You gotta have them on a stable shelf or things will start going awry. But now, as is tradition, it's time for the bonus card of the day, except we are not going to be doing it the normal way. Did you think I would go to a convention and not pick up some cards? Now, all 3 of the cards that you're seeing here will be removed from it. But there's a decent number of cards in these. Now, these are 3 different purchases that I made. This one, ironically, is the cheapest card right there on the front that I had picked up. But we're just going to... take these 3 cards out, and that'll be the bonus card of the day. The reasoning being is that these cards will be going into the bonus card of the day box. These have a good amount of variety of cards in here. Probably not the most variety, but a decent amount. And for the next God knows how long, you're going to be getting some interesting stuff in the bonus card of the day segment. A segment that I tend to sometimes struggle on keeping up with, because I'm not usually the kind of guy to go out and buy a bunch of singles. So congrats, for today's video, you get 3 bonus cards of the day. So first off, we have the Arcanine Trainer Gallery. I just buy all the Trainer Galleries because I love them so much. Then we have Brock's Lickitung. And you can see right there, I paid $3 for it. Okay, so upside down sleeve. This is from all the way back in 1998, and it is a first edition card, which is, of course, always a very nice thing to have. Of course, it's not like a holo or anything, so I don't think the value will be super high. I assume that, hopefully I paid somewhere around what the going price is. Of course, you guys will have already seen that. And our next one doesn't have the price on the thing, but also an upside down sleeve. We have another one of the Pokemon's trainers Pokemon, Lieutenant Surge's Spearow, also being a first edition. And yeah, both of those are in pretty good condition. Tiny bit of whitening there and there, but not too bad. Of course, if you haven't seen this channel before, I do talk a lot. I do talk a decent amount about value. I kind of take the same approach to it that Mr. Mofo does. Value is a good indicator for both how rare the card is and how much hype there is for it. So generally, the higher the value means you just have something more special. So that's why I do put some emphasis into the value, not because I sell these. I actually haven't sold a single card in many years. And I probably won't until I go to, once again, retire and sell these off when I'm like 80 years old. If I live till that long, there's no guarantee. Oh, I forgot the mystery box came with this pack. Okay, bonus card of the day is supposed to be at the end of the video, but congrats. We're doing it weird this time around because this whole thing's being somewhat rushed. We have the Rowlet, the Diglett, the Ninetales, Poltegeist, Toedscroll, Reverse Temple, Reverse Heatmore, and Darkrai. Okay, well, mystery box didn't get us a good pack, but it still got us a pack. But I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed. Now I have to go sit down and edit this whole thing together and clean up this just huge mess laying around me. So if you guys enjoyed, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, all of that fun stuff. and hopefully I'll see all of you guys next time. Goodbye for now. Alright, well, you stayed past the outro, so here you go. We didn't really do a whole lot this year. This weird, like, lychee flavored drink. It's not actual Ramen brand, but it's basically just Ramen, just carbonated soft drink in a weird can bottle. And then, some blueberry marshmallow. Okay, I'm actually thirsty, so we're gonna start with this thing. I just took these out of the fridge, so they're still mostly cold. Non-carbonated beverage. Okay, well, kind of harder to open. How many times do I have to turn that? Not bad. I won't lie, I kind of expected to not like this one, but yeah, it's not bad. If you had lychee, it's what it tastes like. It's kind of like a thicker drink. Like, obviously, it doesn't look like it, but it's a bit thicker than your usual drinks, but it's not bad. Pretty sweet. All right, let's look at this thing. Blueberry marshmallow. I don't really know what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting it to taste like marshmallow and blueberry. You can see there's apparently, like, a core on it. Maybe I can try and, like, just tear that out of there. Oh, okay, so it's just like a gooey inside. Got it. Okay, you guys won't be surprised, but it tastes like a marshmallow with blueberry. Actually, very strong flavor to it. That stuff on the inside, I don't think there's a whole lot there. That's probably because that stuff is, like, concentrated. That is strong. Yeah, pretty good if you want a pretty strong, like, actual blueberry, not like that fake blueberry flavoring. Yeah, it's not bad. Like, obviously it doesn't taste like eating a blueberry, but close. Anyways, I'm almost out of time, but we have this thing. So open it up. Hope it doesn't, like, erupt everywhere, because that could destroy this whole set. And there we go. Yeah, that do be ramen. Basically, I'd say it's a bit stronger than some of the ramen that I've had. Again, this isn't like the ramen brand. That's why it's strawberry ramu bottle. Pretty, like, you know, can-like material. Like, it is just metal, but it's, like, the same thickness as well. It just has, like, an interesting top to it. You know, I'm sure you've seen bottles like it before. It's just, like, a can bottle, kind of. It's not bad. I've also did, like, the milk drinks before, and it had, like, the same bottom to it. So I'm assuming it's the same company, because then they just kind of crimp the top the same way on those as well, because those are actually, like, cans. Anyways, that was the weird after show thing. Goodbye, everyone.